getting word this afternoon that he was in. It's like, man, he really just defies anything that's normal, and not just the physical feats and the plays. It's the mentality. He is, again, I believe I saw the other day, he's a billionaire. And he's playing on the second night of a back-to-back at 40 after 22 years with every freaking record and every accolade. And the kids will say that I'm glazing him. He's one of the greatest competitors. And Nate and I were talking about before the game. It's like, he's amazing to coach. He brings it every single day. Like he sets the standard for how you're supposed to approach this craft. And that's, to me, the most incredible thing. It's just the mindset to do it, get up the next day, do it, get up the next day, do it over and over and over again. And I told you.
All right. There's a reason why I want to play that. And let me get this back where I need it. There's a reason why I want to play that. There's a reason why I wanted to, spend a quick second on that. And I think, if I tell you from my seat, from my perspective, I could tell you guys, as I sit here in my role and I talk a lot of Lakers basketball and I interact with a lot of Laker fans, and there is a real love-hate relationship with LeBron that I notice day to day when I'm doing my gig. Okay. And this has been going on for a while. I mean, remember, I was doing Lakers talk on 710 ESPN for 8 years. So before LeBron was even a Laker. So I've got the whole experience with LeBron as a Los Angeles Laker since he first arrived in LA. And then obviously we were all following him when he was in Miami or when he was in Cleveland or wherever he was. The thing I really like about JJ Redick, his quote right there, I think sometimes, there's going to be hate on LeBron, or even right now, I guarantee you there's comments, which I'm not looking at right now, but I guarantee you there's going to be comments in here that say, oh, look at Allen. He's kissing LeBron's ass. I think in a sport and in a league where a lot of times it's tough to have true respect for some of these players, because you're going to say, are they even really trying? Oh my God, look how much money he's making, and he's load managing or something like that. You never really have that conversation about LeBron. You don't. When JJ says that this man shows up to work every single day and does the same exact thing over and over again, I was thinking this morning, I'm like, what is his motivation at this point? Like, why is he still doing it? Is he doing it because he's still really good? I've said this before. I really don't care about people's opinion on LeBron. It doesn't mean anything to me. And I've had plenty of people, family members, friends, I can't stand LeBron. Okay, why? Well, I can't stand because he gets too involved in politics. Okay, can you put that to the side and watch it? No, I can't. All right, is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. But I do hope that people at least kind of can respect this guy's he's still doing it at 40. He dropped 40 yesterday in a Lakers-Blazers game that if he's not on the floor, Lakers end up losing that game. Luka's been a Laker now for a few games, handful of games, just using this as an example. And in every game that he's played, he's been better than Luka so far. Hopefully that changes very, very soon. When AD was a Laker, there were a lot of games where we'd bitch and complain about Anthony Davis. Not to say that we wouldn't do that about LeBron as well, but we'd bitch and complain about Anthony Davis. And there'd be nights where it's like, well, LeBron is bringing it, where was AD in the fourth quarter or in the final couple of minutes, whatever the case is. Put that all to the side for a quick second. I'm trying to think here, and I was thinking about this morning, like I mentioned, and I'm trying to think, what is his motivation at this point? What is it? What's LeBron trying to prove at 40? Because if he stopped playing the game let's say he passed Kareem and he got the all-time scoring record last year and it was like, guys, that's it. I'm done. What am I still here for? I'm trying to think. I'm like, what's left for him to prove? If the argument is, well, he's still on the floor because he wants to be considered the greatest of all time, and the only way he can surpass Michael Jordan in the greatest of all time, if that's who people believe is the greatest of all time, is longevity. The only way that he could pass him is by being in the sport for as long as he possibly can and doing things that nobody's done at his age. Okay, maybe that's, an argument you're going to make if you're sitting there and you're saying, okay, well, Jordan's got 6 rings, LeBron's only got 4. Well, then Michael is better, but LeBron played till he was 42 and holds all these different records. Like, I actually genuinely don't know what his motivation is still at this age. Maybe he still believes I can go get one more championship. Maybe he thinks, this is different than Kobe, where Kobe knew in his last couple of years he was not going to be competing for a championship. At least for LeBron, it's like, okay, I know we're going to make the playoffs, and then it's just a matter of how far the team can go from there. But I thought a good perspective from JJ Redick. I really did. I thought it was a good perspective to kind of label LeBron in this way that I think presents a question of like, why is he still doing it? You guys remember on Monday, I had the quote from Hagler. If you guys remember, I was talking about, it's a lot more difficult to wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. and grind when you're sleeping in silk pajamas. Bron's been sleeping in silk pajamas for how long, right? And I'm not saying every person is wired this way. There's a lot of people that are incredibly, incredibly successful, but still continue to, get up the motivation is not work anymore. The motivation is just trying to be the best version of yourself every single day. But Bron obviously still making it happen, still doing his thing. And even at this stage, you kind of wonder, okay, well, is the motivation just as simple as if he's got a small chance of an NBA championship, then, that's enough for him to wake up every morning? Is it, well, the only way I'm going to be considered the greatest of all time is longevity. So let me do this for as long as I can. Let me try to break every single record as I possibly can. If his body is healthy, he's just going to go as long as he possibly can. But he dropped another 40 yesterday. All right, let's take a look at some of the comments here, and we'll go from here. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Hardest chip 2020. I've heard a few people say that. Let's see what we got here. Bubble championship. Okay, some people say that the bubble championship. Guys, if we're gonna argue on the bubble championship, I don't know what you guys want me to tell you. I'm just trying to take a quick second to just maybe find a different appreciation for what Bron is doing at this stage. And honestly, it's only because JJ Redick said what he said. So the only thing I'll tell you about the bubble championship, I'll just say this. Whether they were in an arena packed with 20,000 fans or they were in Orlando playing in a hotel ballroom, the Lakers had a squad. So it shouldn't have been a surprise if the Lakers won a championship or didn't, right? Like, if Miami won the championship, it would be, wow, that's a little bit of a surprise here. But do you remember who was on that Lakers team? So just keep in mind, it was LeBron, AD, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Danny Green, Rajon Rondo, Kyle Kuzma, Alex Caruso, KCP, Avery Bradley, Markieff Morris. That team was stacked. Perfect balance, young players, defensive guys, stars. The bubble championship, okay, you can say, well, look where they won it, but can we not pretend that team wasn't stacked? The team was stacked. It was one of the top 2-3 teams going in before, COVID stopped the NBA from moving on, or from the season stopping when they put an end to it. It's not like Lakers were 10th best odds to win a championship. It'd be the equivalent if right now, if you said pick any team in the NBA, if you said top 3, most people are going to pick Boston, Cleveland, and OKC to win an NBA championship. Well, those would be kind of the odds-on favorite. I'm assuming that's what it'd be, those top 3 teams. if you go back to 2020, Lakers would have been one of the top 3 teams to win it. So it's not like it's a shock or anything like that. Here's one. He can play at an elite level for 3 to 5 more years. You know what I hope? And this is not, fair, but it's just a personal hope. I hope that LeBron in the offseason declines his player option. Again, this is, another man's money. This is he doesn't have to do any of that for anybody. But what I hope happens, I hope he declines his player option, restructures his deal for 2 more years, takes less money, and then the Lakers really go to work in the summer. That's what I'm hoping for. Do I think that's realistic? I don't know. We'll see. Bron has said before that he has would be willing to take less money, but he's obviously had points of his career where he has taken less money. That has definitely happened. It happened when he was in Miami, but we'll see if he's able to do any of that. All right, if you enjoyed this clip and you want more, just subscribe to the channel. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the Sliwa Show. And then after every Lakers game, post-game show right here.